Hello friends, this is Divya Goel. Welcome to my channel Creative Study with Coding, where we learn programming in Python from day 1. In this video, we'll learn variables in Python. So let's get started quickly. In many other languages, we need to declare and define the variables with a specific data type in advance. But in Python, it is not necessary. In Python, to create a variable, we just need to assign value using assignment operator. The moment we assign a value, a variable is created. Let's take an example to understand it. If I write x equal to 10, in this statement 10 is assigned to x and this assignment creates an integer object with the value 10 and assigns the variable x to point to that object. That means now x is pointing to an integer object which value is 10. Here by assigning a value 10 to x is making a variable named x which is pointing to the integer object. That means a variable is only a symbolic name or reference to the object. Now let's take another example. If I write print 10, then what happens? Now interpreter creates an integer object, gives it the value 10 and prints it on the screen. Here I have taken 10 already, so let's take print 5. Here creation of object with value 5 and then showing output, all is being done by interpreter itself. Let's see another example. If I write x equal to 20 and y equal to x, now what does it mean? Here Python doesn't create another object. It simply creates new reference y which points to the same object that x points to. That means x and y is pointing to the same object now. If you want to check it, you can do it by using its ID. Since in Python every object has an ID for its identity, so let's check it whether they are pointing to the same object or not using id function. Here first take x equal to 20, then write y equal to x and then check their IDs with the help of id function along with print function. You can see here id of x and id of y is same. So we can say both x and y are pointing to the same object. Let's see another example. In Python, a variable may be assigned a value of one type and later different type. That means if I write x equal to 10, this means variable x is pointing to an integer object. And when I write x equal to 3.6, variable x is now pointing to a float object. Thus first time x is an integer and next it has become float. Let's understand it by executing it. Let's check it for any other value. So now I am taking x equal to 50. So it will print 50. Now I am taking x equal to 5.7. So what will it print now? 50 or 5.7? As values get changed, so it must print 5.7. Yes, as you can see over here. Now we know that there is no command available to declare a variable in Python, but in some operations if we need to specify data type of a variable, what should we do? If we want to specify the data type of a variable, we must do casting. Let's see how. If we want to specify 10 as string type, cast it by using str function. Now 10 has become a string and assigned in a variable x. Now take another variable and cast it as int and assign it to y. Then take one more example where value 10 has been casted as float and assigned in a variable z. Now you can use type function to see types of these objects. You can see x is a string, y is int and z is float. You can see their output by using print function. So let's see their output. Here it has printed 10 and this value is not an integer value. This is a string value. Then it has printed 10 as an integer value, and then it has printed 10.0 as a float value. Now let's try to add x and y. Here x is a string value and y is an integer value, so it should give error. Let's see what does it do. Here I am assigning their sum in another variable t. And see, it is giving an error. So for adding, we can cast it as int. So first cast string value into integer. So write x equal to int and 10 in round brackets. And now if you add these two variables x and y and assign it into t, it will show the output. Here I am printing the output t. Now you can see the output over here. Now let's see how a variable name should be. A variable can have a short name like a, b, x, y, etc. And it should be more descriptive like name, age, marks, roll number, salary, etc. Now let's see some rules for Python variables to be followed. A variable name must start with a letter or a underscore character, and a variable name cannot start with a number, and a variable name can only have alphanumeric characters and underscore, and variable names are case sensitive. Now let's see Python comments. A single line comment in Python are written with a special character hash, and Python does not really have a syntax for multi-line comments, but we can use multi-line string, that is triple quotes, for this purpose. As long as the string is not assigned to a variable, Python interpreter will read the code but then ignore it, and thus we have made a multi-line comment. Since comments can be used to explain Python codes, and it makes the code more readable and prevents execution during testing the code, so we must use comments in program. Indentation in Python is very important. Indentation means white spaces at the beginning of a statement to define the scope in the code. In other programming languages, curly brackets are used for this purpose. Now we can see two more points about variables. First is we can give many values to multiple variables at a time and can print them on the screen as given below. And second is one value can be assigned to multiple variables and can print them on the screen as given below. Okay friends, that's it in this video. If you found this video helpful, do share for others to read it. See you in next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.